Ahmed Hoshy is CEO of Fertiglobe and OCI Global. Ahmed, decarbonisation, major focus of ADIPEC this year. How is Fertiglobe approaching this need?
Sure. I mean, for Fertiglobe, decarbonization is not just what would have been an existential threat as a carbon emitter, but it's an opportunity for us. We happen to be the largest seaborne exporter of ammonia and urea globally, and ammonia increasingly as a hydrogen derivative is more and more the product of choice, or one of the products of choice at least. So what we're doing is we're focusing on our existing capacity, which we have in Egypt, Algeria, and the UAE, and finding ways to produce that same product with a lower carbon footprint, and allowing our existing infrastructure and utilities to be used, and then bringing in a green feedstock rather than just a gray feedstock like natural gas is one of the ways in which we're doing so. In COP27 last year, we announced the commissioning of a green hydrogen to green ammonia plant in Egypt. And I'm happy to say earlier this year, we were the first green ammonia production facility outside of Europe when we came online earlier this year. And we're looking to do much more of that in different colors and in different geographies.
Now, obviously, we're here at ADIPEC. What successes, products, decarbonisation related, are you showcasing this year?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're focusing on, like I said, existing facilities. There's the green hydrogen we're doing in Egypt, which is in place today, but we're studying many other solutions. So we're looking at low carbon hydrogen in the form of blue. We're studying that. We actually have an announcement coming up in a few hours now on the blue side, where we're looking at a new technology to capture carbon in our existing facility in Abu Dhabi and sequester that into the ground in partnership with ADNOC. And we're very excited about looking at all types of decarbonization platforms. Each one has their advantages and disadvantages. We're focusing on what can we bring to the market, what can work to create shareholder value, as well as create global value by reducing emissions and delivering our products to our customers.
Now, you haven't denied that there are challenges. What are the biggest challenges that you're looking to overcome through innovation?
So innovation of itself is a challenge, being able to take that risk. This year is one that's a little bit different than a few years ago. Interest rates are much higher than they were before. Cost of capital is higher. That means not just more debt service per ton if you build a new project, but also it means that you're going to have a harder time getting funding to the innovators. They used to raise money with ease 2-3 years ago. Venture capital firms were throwing money at them. Now it's a bigger struggle. So what we're doing is trying to pick the right technologies, trying to get them to integrate with our sites, use potentially our steam, use our heat so that they have a shorter bridge to cross. And using our existing utilities, our existing storage, our ability to distribute the product has allowed us to take those incremental small steps in putting them at our site to showcase and try out with pilots, with smaller versions, and look to scale up over time. We're looking at other technologies like gasification, carbon sequestration, carbon capture of flue gas and process CO2, electrolysis, you name it. But we're very cognizant of the fact that we can't take undue risk, and these are more expensive than fossil fuels. So we're trying to make the math work within, for example, grants in Egypt, or if there's a price for carbon in Europe, which is coming in 2026 with carbon border adjustment mechanism, or incentives in East Asia to decarbonize power. We're focusing on those, and we're looking at what's the cheapest way to decarbonize, what's the way that we can make an economic return, and we're going right after it.
Now, an impressive list of challenges and solutions that you're offering. You're here at ADIPEC. What is it about coming to gatherings like this? How does meeting with people in the industries and the sector help you to evolve solutions?
So we think that the solutions require kind of a system-related approach. You can't do it in isolation. We can sit and decarbonize, but if somebody's not going to pay for that low-carbon product, we're not going to be able to have a viable business. And you have to be not just environmentally sustainable, but economically sustainable, right? So from our focus is, avenues like ADIPEC today. There's a COP28 Majlis on Sunday that I joined, and Fertiglobe and OCI joined, and COP28 here in less than 60 days in Dubai. These are the areas where you're bringing together various stakeholders and sending the message across. How can we decarbonize now? How can we decarbonize faster? And what are the challenges we have? One big one is there's lack of a global price for carbon, right? Other one is it's not a level playing field. Third is there's interest rate issues. Some of these other challenges, scaling up technology, all these risks. Putting those on the table, but not just throwing the problems out there, saying this is what I need as a solution. Increasingly, year after year, discussion after discussion, we're seeing more harmonization. And what's good is that the COP presidency, Dr. Sultan, is looking to bring all of that together, where the right stakeholders are kind of parsing out all that noise just looking at how can we make change, make action. Dr. Sultan is Fertiglobe's chairman. He knows what needs to happen so that we can move forward. He doesn't want to sit idly by, and he's pushing the oil and gas industry to make strong targets and actually follow up on them. And what's great is he also has the government's ear, because you need both sets of stakeholders to make this work.
Ahmed, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Welcome.